right. I think we're live. It's B&A channel member up in here and Boondock, New Hampshire. Good morning. I guess it's Mother's Day. People have other plans. Makes sense. But how's everybody doing this morning? Good to see everybody. Well, both of you. Um, yeah, we're gonna have to do some major rescheduling here on this channel. Some major changes because yeah, it's dwindling. But yeah, good morning. Good morning. How's it going? Well, I don't know. I set this up like yesterday, thinking more people would get the notification, but I guess we are officially off the notification list or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, they are you still here? Is anybody home? Maybe I'll just reschedule this one for later. There's nothing happening going on here. Zero people. But yeah, 'tis the season. Everybody, happy Mother's Day and stuff. Maybe we'll reschedule this one on account of yeah, Boondock, what's happening, man? How you doing? Yeah, buddy. So where are we at? There's a whole lot of nothing going on here. Yeah, I've been up since yeah, about 4 o'clock. Maybe the earlier the better. I don't know. Um, I can't figure it out anymore. I think I'm taking a break on trying. But what more can you do? Of course, we're drinking the bean water this morning. Digging that. Carrying the Spyderco Sage 5 CF. Um, yeah, buddy. But other than that, not too much going on. But yeah, other than that, yeah, definitely got to change up what I'm doing because it ain't working. Yeah, I think this is the long term effects of being harassed and everything. And I'm sure once my channel starts doing better, they'll come back and do the same old thing again. And yeah, I'm getting a little burnt out from this. With my work schedule, I don't usually wake up. Yeah, B&A, what's happening, man? How you doing? Happy Mother's Day to your missus. How goes it with you? Yeah, Boondog. That's what I was talking about before. Yeah, it's hard to like. I have a hard time getting in touch with you because I'm like, hold on, he didn't get out of work till 1. He's probably still sleeping, and then I by the time I get around to it again, it's later. I don't know. Bong hit transplant. That's cool. Yeah, nothing. Got to rip the bong, man. I'll tell you if you ever get the opportunity, you get the training. Yeah, do a couple of bong rips and go for a wingsuit jump. There is nothing else like it on this planet, I'll tell you. Not only do you feel like you can fly, but you can, and cruising the clouds is a cool thing to do. It's much fun. What's my opinion on Mora? My honest opinion. Watch all the videos where they break the Moras, not the videos where they tell you how great it is, and there's a link in the description. I don't have an like. I guess it's an inexpensive trial type thing. You can, throw one in your tackle box, throw one in your glove box. Put two on your belt. I guess they're cheap enough. You can go through them. I don't have an overall like good opinion on more. It's a budget friendly thing, and keep in mind most things that are budget friendly are not endurance friendly. Dude, I'd love to do. Dude, bong hit. I've done it. I've done it more than a few times, and I highly recommend it. Get the proper training first though, and be comfortable with it. But yeah, man, it's a trip. Yeah, I'd just rather have something more reliable, more dependable, something that doesn't have a rat tail tang that's gonna, or something that's not gonna snap at the hilt. Um, Yeah, I've been through a lot of those knives. That's why I don't entertain the thought of them anymore. Like it's one of those things that like it fills the slot in your bug out bag that you saw on YouTube's, which is crazy because here I am on YouTube. But yeah, what's recommended by a lot of channels is just their affiliate links. I hate to say it, but it's 110% true. Um, there's plenty of videos out there more is failing, but I guess teach their own, you know. For a rat tail tang, they are surprisingly strong. Yeah, but that's like, for a rat tail tang, they're surprisingly strong. That's like saying, wow, he's the smartest kid with Down syndrome. You're really not winning that game, are you? I mean, you're still in that category. Um, but yeah, somebody's gonna tweak out about you can't be saying that about the Down syndromes. But we did, man, and we have our very own Protec helmets to go with it. But Rob's Knives, good morning. How you doing, brother, man? Good to see you in the chat. Rob, another channel member. I have a Kaiser Little River Bowie, and that thing is surprisingly tough for a cheaper knife. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's yeah, I guess there's bargains out there, and then there's just straight up scams and cons, and with all these major companies trying to rip you off in every aspect of life, do you think they left the knife category alone? Just my experience. I broke plenty of knives, and I'm kind of get tired of it, and I looked into quality, and I chose quality over quantity. So hey, don't pick on Quirky. Yeah, like that should be Cannon should rename his corgi Corky. But yeah, what's everybody drinking this morning? Got the bean water going, of course. Drinking some coffee. Mrs. B just got up, so but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, so hey, while the major crew is here, do you guys have any suggestions for better timing for lives and stuff? Because man, these lives have gone straight down the pooper. Like we're not getting very much of for views, you know. Like 2.5 hours Friday, I got like 170 something view, or no, 150, I think it was. Which is a far cry from the 30,000 we were getting. But yeah, it's just wow. There's certain groups of people on YouTube now have learned to. I have a very strong dislike for. We'll put it that way. Drinking water right now, but I might make some coffee. I'm gonna wait till I get to work for coffee. Yeah, yeah. I usually start the day with a glass of water. That's always just recommended. You always wake up just partially dehydrated, so a quick, 10, 12 ounce glass of water, and then get on with your stuff. Then I usually move on to coffee, and after coffee, it's the Monster Energy, and then I'll go back to water. My SE4 is my primary fixed blade, though. Right on, yeah. Yeah, Essie makes some pretty good knives. Are they still Essie men? Yeah, are they powder coat their knives so right? Is it powder coat? I think so. Or yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I got more into the stainless knives because I was spending a lot of time on the seaboard, like right along the coastlines, and especially down in Florida and the Keys and everything. So having a protective coating on, or having a stainless steel and then a protective coating is, yeah, grossly lowered knife maintenance for me. I no longer found rust spots and all that other stuff I had with a lot of other knives. In fact, yeah, SOG, I broke every one of their alleged seal knives. The SOG Seal 2000, and well, there was originally the SOG Seal 2000. Then it was either then it was the Elite or something else. I don't know, but I broke all of them. Just some light batoning. It snaps at the hilt. There you go again. In fact, it was because of that I started looking into more high end knives, which led me to Spartan blades, and then after Spartan blades, I got into Phobos knives. Did a mustard patina and on a tool steel blade the other day. Yeah, man, I've seen there's a guy that does that with machetes on YouTube. Yeah, he does the mustard patina on machetes and kind of does a little bling bling and resells them. They used to make great knives. I had an original Pentagon from. Well, that was part of everything has gone to shit in America. Yeah, man, things used to be great. Gerber used to be great. SOG used to be great. There used to be a lot of great companies out there, and then they all sent our jobs over to Dragon Country land, and everything came back in like a grossly inferior version of what it was. Like yeah, back in the early '90s, I used to run a Gerber LMF and a BMF, and I had the Gerber Gator folder and the Gerber multi tool, and they were great, man. I used them every day. I used them in the army. Um, but yeah, they're just everything's kind of turned into second rate slop. It looks like it wants to function. And that's what they've mastered. They've mastered the art of making it aesthetically appealing and looking like it's going to function. But then when you actually, take it out and try to use it, that's when you find out you just bought more Dragon Country crap. Yeah, my Pentagon was made in Siki City, Japan. Some great stuff made. Yeah, Japan makes some good stuff. I use a lot of silky saws. Yeah, they've got some. Japan makes great steel. I'm not talking about Japan. I'm talking about specifically the CCP. And why would you trust a country that has it out for you to do anything for you? Like the guy that hates you at work, that wants you fired, that doesn't want you there, that you know, like why would you have that guy do anything for you? You wouldn't, because you probably know he's going to screw you over. Yeah, like Dragon Country's been trying to undermine the United States for decades and decades. Why are we sending our work there and then expecting them to send back good results? The answer is capitalistic greed, companies wanting higher profit margins, politicians taking kickbacks, that kind of thing. That explains a lot of it, but unfortunately, it's us, the end user, that ends up eating that proverbial shit sandwich. Saki City in Southern Germany have been making knives for a long ass time. Yeah, yeah. Why don't we get Germany to make more stuff? They're Germans are world renowned for their precision engineering and things like that. Um, yeah, yeah, which is probably why I'm not getting the views I used to. You start dropping truth bombs on YouTube, and if YouTube doesn't shut you down, then there's a cult of content creators that are willing to shut you down just as quick. Like how many channels genuinely are standing behind what it is they're doing, or versus how many channels are out there just for that affiliate link? Um, yeah, they'll push that Chinese trash on you all day long. But hey, don't forget to click the affiliate link in the description below so I can get my 5% or 2% or whatever. Um, I automatically I like degrade any like gear review on YouTube the second they throw the affiliate link in. Like if it's kit they legitimately use and they're just like, hey man, buy it if you want to. I don't care, because that's my attitude. If you like what you see, then go buy it. It's quality gear. If you don't, whatever's clever. But too many people just all the pros and then followed by the affiliate link. I want to know why the world lets the tiny hats get away with what they do. B&A, it's because of manila folders. It's called blackmail, bribery, deceit, deception, all those things. And they probably hold blackmail on a lot of people, which is why they're able to get away with what they get away with. That's the only logical, rational explanation. Why we haven't carpet bombed that little poop hole is beyond my comprehension. Yeah, but hey, man, they're the cat's out of the bag now. I wouldn't let the cat out of the bag. I'd put a twisty tie on it and toss it in the ocean. But regardless, um, yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's some they've got a reputation, man. There's a stereotype, and the stereotypes exist for a reason. Sometimes we can warmly embrace those stereotypes. Other times it's like you have to be wary, don't drop your guard kind of thing. Like Like we know certain stereotypes. Like our man Can, he's not here right now, but I'm sure he'll totally approve. Cannon, our man Cannon, he's a stereotype. But we love him because he's the jarhead, leatherneck, devil dog, United States Marine that we truly adore. Everything about him screams Marine Corps. We stereotype him for a reason. I've never been to his house yet. I called him on his Marine shrine because like every Marine that's like ever existed, like E5 or above, when they get out, they get their plaques, they get their awards, they get their fancy cordage wrap paddles, and they put up their little Marine shrine in their house that lasts the rest of their life. Ask me how I know. I've got lots of friends that are Marines, and that's the stereotype. But it fits, and they're badasses, and they earn that stereotype, and they're proud of it. And nobody really starts a lot of controversy when you're like, oh, a bunch of crayon eating jarheads are like, yep, what's your point? But yeah, other stereotypes, like the tiny hat people that come from the land of the tiny hat people. Yeah, their stereotypes are just not commendable in any way, shape, or form because their stereotype fits into the blackmail, the bribery, the victory through deception and things like that. And they're always working behind the scenes. They're coin clipping's their favorite hobby. Um, all the fake UAP bullshit has me yawning. Yeah, make Israel Palestine again. I see. That's the whole thing. I don't even care about Palestine. I don't care about Israel. I don't care about Palestine. As far as I'm concerned, they can throw rocks at each other for the rest of eternity because both of them follow religions that'll tell you that the rest of us are either goy or we're what infidels, or kafirs, or and they have the right to lie to us and use us, and the rest of the world is cattle in comparison to their superior beings. So I could, man, I don't. I'm more concerned about keeping a well stocked supply of toilet paper than I give an F about what happens to any tiny hat wearing or, ninja looking wannabe. I just don't care. Throw rocks at each other forever. I don't care. Turn both of them into parking lots. Um, Same B&A, I'm still a distraction. Yeah. Star Wars had better. The last 75 years would be vastly different if that place was never created post world. Yeah, yeah, Boondock, you're absolutely right. The world would be completely different if that place wasn't created. And yeah, the entitlement, it was owed to us for 3,000 years. Yeah, hashtag suck it. We don't care anymore. But they're true. They've shown their true colors. And I don't know why more people don't wake up to it. There's tons of interviews with a lot of these people on both sides, on the Islam side and as well as the tiny hat peoples, and they come right out and they're honest. They tell the truth. Like, we're here to take over. We're here to conquer. We're God's chosen people. Blah 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 blah. Hashtag suck it, knucklehead. Um, yeah, make the whole place a sheet of radio. I think that since we've been blamed for being um, we've colonized and conquered most everything, and I think we've been blamed to that enough. We should just continue with that. Like, well, I don't know what the gas prices are where you're living, but they're right up around $5 a gallon here in New Hampshire. I think like 490 ish or something like that, 489, 490, whatever it is. I don't buy this stuff. Um, but we should be paying like 10 cents a gallon because we have the world's best military. Why don't we just consider like continue conquering and taking over everything? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, 450 a gallon. Yeah, I was doing deliveries in the Arab area, and I swear every single person turned to look at me angrily. They do. They hate us, Rob. And that's the whole thing. We're paying for our own like demise. Like they come here illegally, then they collect off the taxpayer system, and then they hate us. They rob us. Hey man, welcome to the Bushcraft Leering Center. Everybody send me your kid's social security number so I can collect a couple $1 million a year teaching bushcraft at the Bushcraft Leering Center. Yeah, they hate us. They really do, and they have no respect for our culture whatsoever. Yeah, they can all hashtag suck it. Um, Yeah, I don't even know if we're allowed to say that. Like MAGA's even become kind of like a, I don't know, maybe I'm picking up the wrong signals from everything going on, but even MAGA kind of seems a little bit cultish these days, or that's the way it's being treated. And the sad part is, if I'm not mistaken, MAGA stands for Make America Great Again. What's wrong with that? I don't understand that. I get it. There might be some extremists here and there, but damn, it's about time we start fighting fire with fire. Yeah. Military age men coming through by the millions. Um, and it's only happened to like Western cultures, only Western cultures, like nobody's like, hey, everybody, China needs more diversity. Nobody's complaining that China needs more diversity, but everybody's going to complain that Australia needs more diversity, Canada needs more diversity, United States needs more diversity. Everybody does, except for like, those places. Behind every Somali learning center is a tiny hat account. Wash. Yeah, Boondock. That I don't. That wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, behind every learning center, there's a special accountant with a very tiny hat. Um, See, I've never had an issue with Islam. I've had many deep philosophical discussions with Muslim classmates and colleagues. Oh, yeah, because you didn't have to, man. I'll tell you, I had some issues with Islam. I was working at what the hell is the name of the place? It's in Plant City, Florida. Skydive something. Man, everybody in skydiving for some reason, skydivers are stupid when it comes to naming their places because they're like we're in Chicago. We'll call it Skydive Chicago. You know, we're in Pepperell, Mass. We're gonna call it Skydive Pepperell, Mass. Skydive Pepperell, whatever. They really suck at that. And so this one threw me for a loop because it was in Plant City, Florida, and it wasn't called Skydive Plant City. It's something else, Skydive Southwest Florida or something like that. And they moved a Muslim into my residence, and I was forced to share my residence with a Muslim. And the first thing he did was like ridicule everything I did. Like, oh, you can't do this. It's haram. Well, dude, I'm a skydiver. I got beer in the fridge. It's not haram, man. It's called daily life. And oh, you can't have pork products. That's haram. And oh, could you keep the noise down? I have to pray. I'm like, dude, shut up. And but yeah, he sat there just trying to like take over my life and tell me what I couldn't do. And it's like, nah, man, I'm here first, you're second. If I'm not mistaken, I grossly outrank you. I'm a master rigger. You haven't made it to senior rigger yet. You're still apprenticing. You don't even know what you're doing. And you're gonna come in here and start telling me I can't do this and I can't do that because Islam and Allah and Muhammad can hashtag suck it. Um, must have been a Shia. And yeah, they just tried doing their Muslim shit again in Texas. They got called out for it though. They were going to have some special water park day where it's all for Muslims and no white people allowed and blah blah blah. They got shut down though. When interviewed, they just act like there's nothing wrong with it. So yeah, man, if you're gonna like when I went to South Korea, I tried to learn the language as best I could, like basic greetings, thank you, kamsahamnida, all that good stuff, because I'm a guest in their country. Even though we're there on the United States dime to protect them and they should show a little bit more respect, you try to be respectful to the locals. For some reason, Islam does not understand that. And they're very vocal about the fact that they're here to conquer. They're here, like look at the same thing they did in New York City, Dearborn, Michigan, South Portland, Maine. At first, when they're in small numbers, they're the minority and they want the special minority treatment. Then, as soon as their numbers get a little higher, then they try to take over and run everything, and they push for Sharia law and all this other stuff. And my question is, where are all the feminists, you lazy women? Like, oh yeah, you'll come after everybody else about feminist rights and equal pay and blah blah blah. But yeah, nothing when it comes to Sharia law that basically says, "Hey, woman, if you mouth off, you can take a gentle beating. If you commit adultery, you'll be stoned to death." But yeah, nothing but crickets. Same thing with the draft. The draft is going to be an automatic thing come this December, right? Where all the feminists saying, "Hey, sign us up too." Um, nothing. Robo Stevia, what's happening? Gonzo, good morning, man. Good morning. Hey, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, even if they're not here. Stone to death, you say? Hold on, who's Stone? Lost and happy channel member. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? We're just ranting and raving this morning. I don't know. We're just sick and tired of being sick and tired, and yeah, that's where I'm at, man. Every time you think you're catching up, they move the goalposts a little further. Um, they double whammied us this time because they're like, we're gonna up the ethanol to 15% instead of 10%. That was effective May 1st. So yeah, water down the gas a little bit more to keep the prices down, but then they double whammied us because they're watering down the gas and the prices keep going up. Making all the good lists. Just woke up, still in bed. Nothing wrong with that. Hey, it's Sunday morning, man. I don't know how the weather is where you're at, but yeah, here it still sucks. I wouldn't have minded. I probably could have stayed in bed till noon today, which happens to me like once a decade. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm lacking motivation or drive or just weak moments of self discipline. But man, the weather and just life has got me down lately. It's just kind of been a bit of a suck fest. But hey, what can you do? Just keep on trucking, right? Yeah, high of 53 today. But that's only going to happen in like that little 3 acre plot over there, not over here. It's dark current. Yeah, we got like cloudy, overcast. It's been raining for like the last month here, it seems. Like really. What do we got going? Yeah, it's allegedly. Allegedly. I don't trust the weather, man. It's allegedly 48 degrees here in New Hampshire. It rained all night. It's supposed to be a little bit clear. They're saying it's going to go up to 70 degrees today, but I think they're lying. Not like King of the Jungle lion, like they're lying. Gotta work on my English there. High in the 80s. It's gonna rain all this coming week. Is yeah. I guess they got heart back up working. They're like, let's just life isn't miserable for these people enough. Let's make sure it's dark and dreary and raining and you know. Yeah. Gonzo, we fully support you, man. Biowar, yeah, the ticks is crazy, man. Like 30, 40 years ago, they were almost unheard of. But yeah, weaponized ticks. Anybody see the thing people randomly finding boxes of ticks out in the woods? Um, yeah, haven't even been in deep brush yet. And they live had multiple on me and the kids. Yeah. And yeah, but now you could be allergic to red meat after getting bit by a tick. It could be yeah, man, it could. Oh, what else? Lyme disease. Yeah, they've totally. And it was like another thing escaped Wuhan. Instead, it escaped Plum Island. Well, it didn't really escape. They planned it, and that's the whole thing. Hey, so while we're on the ticks thing, what's everybody's bug out plan, right? Because everybody like that's a YouTube thing. Like, let's bug out to the woods. But do you really want to bug out to the woods? Because yeah, ticks like, oh man, my dog has a tick, or ticks like blinking 3 times and barking like a small dog. Yeah, the alpha gal syndrome, where you could be, you become allergic to certain proteins and stuff. Oh yeah, that sucks. Or Lyme disease, right? So is that part of your bug out plan? Like, is there some like over the counter or something you can take to get rid of any of that? I did see one thing. I didn't watch it too much though, where they did find they do have like some treatment or something for the alpha gal. There is treatment for Lyme disease if you notice it right away, which isn't hard to notice. Um, yeah, grew up in the woods and never had a single one, and I had 5 brothers. Yeah, same thing. Being a yeah, like man, we used to live out in the woods. We'd go camping, we'd go hiking, rock climbing, all that stuff. Never. Well, there's not too many ticks on the side of a cliff, I would guess. But yeah, like ticks are unheard of. Now you can't even you can't walk through like 4 inch lawn without getting ticks. Sulfur around the pants. Um, I don't. Does that work? Like, yeah. Where would you get that? That kind of like sounds like turning my pants into a matchstick, though, with the sulfur. I'm not sure how that would work out. I do use the permethrin. That works pretty good. I gotta get another sprayer and treat everything. Got the sulfur around the pants. Egg salad farts. Oh yeah, man. Oh, the egg salad farts, right? It's not a egg salad farts aren't nearly as bad as fast food farts, though. I mean, you drop a good fast food fart, and that'll choke a maggot. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it's NBC, nuclear, biological, chemical warfare, falling into the biological aspect of it, using like weaponized insects, and ticks are like a great delivery system. Mosquitoes. No ticks in the high arid desert of Utah. Y'all could come here. Yeah, the downs, but there's isn't there scorpions and things like that out that way? Yeah, sounds like Noah. Oh, hey, Cannon, we were just talking about you earlier, man. Your ears must have been ringing. We were talking about stereotypes, and I used you as an example of how you fit into the classic, the USMC stereotype. Um, but nothing but love for you, brother. But and yeah, we were talking about there's some stereotypes some people can be proud of, and there's other stereotypes that are just like you're a shitbag, tiny hat people. Um, but yeah, good morning to you, Cannon. How you doing, brother, man? How was the work yesterday? And anything uber stupid? Um, Scorpions in Arizona. I mean, there's mountain lions, there's bobcats, there's bears, rattlesnakes. Gonzo came out of no. Yeah, the MILF. Gotta love a good MILF, right? Especially the older you get. Like when you were younger, you're kind of like, she's old. But then when you get older, you're kind of like, yeah, yeah, she's hot. Morning. Yep. I'm on the typical. But and there's nothing wrong with that. We absolutely love you, Cannon. How's our little buddy doing? Mojo, the tactical corgi. Still unaliving the little critters. Yeah. When I worked out in Nevada and stuff, I've been to the only place I've been to Arizona is Eloy, Arizona, and then Moab, Utah. I like that area. It's definitely different landscape. Cuckoo, Miss Robinson. Yeah, but the ticks have gotten just next level out of control. Yeah, definitely weaponized. And yeah, they definitely came out of Plum Island, right off of Long Island, and made their way to Connecticut. And then they were working on the distribution system for how they were going to distribute ticks, like how well that would work. So they used migratory birds on the East Coast to transport the ticks to see how far they would spread. And that's how the entire Eastern Seaboard has Lyme disease. You're old when you watch Leave It to Beaver reruns and you look at Bee's mom in a new light. Robo, no truer things have ever been said. You're absolutely right. I'm not sure Leave It to Beaver was or how many okay, like anybody like remember all right, I'm just gonna use myself as an example. I'll throw myself under the bus here. All right, so Elizabeth Shue. Anybody remember Elizabeth Shue? Um, she's a little bit older than me. She's gotten older, and which is fine. It's all fine and dandy. But the best part is you can go back and watch. You can watch the Karate Kid or you can watch Cocktail, and you can be like, yeah, yeah, that's what I remember. Um, I'm evolving into AI Bundy, and I'm okay with it. Oh, Al Bundy. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with Al Bundy, man. That's Oh, yes, Al Bundy, Alicia Silverstone, right? My little Margie. Little sucker got to zoom. He said, dude, Cannon, you should give him a half a can of Red Bull or something. See what happens to Mojo then. Probably turn into a vicious, like, destroying machine or something. That's what I always say. Elizabeth Shue is a moon goddess and then some. Still, yeah, man. In fact, I changed. I rewrote the entire freaking Karate Kid story based off of that. Like, there's no way little Karate Kid would have thrown me a whooping. I would have swept the leg and then followed it with an axe kick to the head. I would have taken the Karate Kid out permanently, and Elizabeth Shue and I would have lived happily ever after. Absolutely. Long as you turn to Al Bundy and not dead, you'll be all right. Um, oh, who's Ted? Ted, what? Ted? Was that the son? Ted? No, that wasn't the son. Ted. I'm confused. I'm missing a part here. Peg Bundy was a smoke show. Elizabeth Shue got me in that Adventures. Oh yeah, yeah, and Cocktail. Yeah, that was Oh, what's the other one? Not that I follow Elizabeth Shue at all. I never follow stars or anything like that, movie stars and stuff. But yeah, there might have been an exception or two. I think Elizabeth Shue is the big exception. Um, yeah, she was smoking hot in Cocktail as well. Um, oh, what's the other one with Val Kilmer? Because who cares, right? Um, he was a spy or something, you know. He was like some lockpicking spy. And what's the name of that movie? The Saint or something? Was that it? Um, Elizabeth was a mom in the Back to the Future, right? No, I don't think so. I don't think that was her. I think that was somebody else. Um, yeah, Val. You know what's awesome? Man, I think a great little story is Val Kilmer actually making it in Top Gun 2 Maverick. And they managed to put him in that role and make it work. Like that was an absolutely awesome thing. Oh, she was in Back to the Future too, I think. Yeah, no, the Saint. She was good in the Saint as well. That was it. Yeah, with Val Kilmer, as well as Cocktail, a few others. But see, I think that's different. Is like, yeah, back in the '80s and '90s, the girls were like more natural. Now by the time they're in the movies or whatever, they're not. They're completely fake. They're like everything's like liposuctioned or Ozempic or like, yeah, the women today, they wear so much like caked on makeup and everything. It's like, once you chisel the makeup off, you realize that you got some mutt material there. Same like she was the future mom in one of them. Back to the Future is my favorite movies to this day. Yeah, Back to the Future was good movies, man. Definitely. I think one of my all-time favorites was like Red Dawn. Like, yeah, me and a bunch of my friends, we were like aviation geeks too, so we got into like Iron Eagle and Top Gun. My AI girlfriend is hot. Yeah, the best part about your AI girlfriend is you can download her and send a copy to your friend and just rename the file or something, right? Um, but if I was a young man in the '80s, I would have had such a fantastic time. Oh yeah, Rob. Yeah, the '80s was, man. Like we'll get nostalgic with this. The '80s was the bomb, man. Everything about it. Like you genuinely lived life. Yeah, you were out with your friends all the time. I definitely remember it. My AI girlfriend is already trying to meet my mom. Oh, that's priceless. Yeah, there's probably like an app she can buy or something, right? That's the problem I think with AI girlfriends is like everything else, man. You're gonna get to a point, you're gonna be making out with her, and then they're gonna stop for a commercial break. um, did you like the remake of Red Dawn? What? Then it doesn't count as a movie. The remake of Red Dawn is just Hollywood's failures. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. and they tried to fix something that wasn't broke, and I wasn't a big fan of it at all. I don't know. I have no doubt I'm biased, you know. Like, yeah, you can't be a nostalgic person and not be biased. So yeah, a lot of the remakes and stuff, I think they fail miserably on. Like, did anybody see the previews for the new He-Man coming out? They remade the He-Man movie. And I'll tell you, with all the Hollywood actors that are on Gear, that's one that should have been on Gear. They should have been stacking the juice for that dude because it's He-Man, not Skinny Man, not frail weak man. It's He-Man, master of the universe. They should have been stacking them on multiple gears. And for that kind of money, if you're making millions of dollars for a movie, you should be willing to take that kind of health risk for our entertainment. Like, none of us are making, $30 million for making a movie. So if they're going to pay you 30 million for making a movie, I think they should put you on Gear. By gear, I mean steroids, but I'm not sure if YouTube lets us say that. Mrs. Bushcraft is in the chat. How you doing, honey? How are you? The remake had to be edited to not offend the commies. They had to create fictional enemies instead of China and Russia. Yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, you got to be politically correct now with everything. That way there we can get overrun easier. Heaven forbid people learn the truth. Get me started on live. Oh, everything about Disney is just one stinky fart now. What I find, I hope there's none in here, and if I offend you, then tough shit. But these Disney adults, right? Like a grown ass woman crying because she just met Mickey Mouse for the 88th time. Can't make this stuff up. Yeah, there's yes, DEI. Hollywood is so lame nowadays. It is, man. I think the good thing about Hollywood being so lame, I don't try to watch anything anymore. It's extremely rare that I actually want to watch something. I'd rather go back and rewatch something that I thoroughly enjoyed than take the chance of being disappointed again. Um, yeah, just getting caught up on the comments here, guys. So what does everybody have planned for Mother's Day? Apparently, I'm cooking ribs for Mrs. Bushcraft today. I don't know what else I'm cooking with it, but I'm cooking ribs. Um, no, man, He-Man's not ripped at all. He's not jacked in the way that he should be. Yeah, man, they needed probably like 12 to 24 months of serious gear and heavy lifting. Like, put him on whatever the Rock is taking. Um, but yeah, there's a turd nugget. Yeah, but back in the day, He-Man was jacked. I'm gonna give my mom a break from me picking on her. Today is a gift. Yeah, there you go, Robo. Yeah, cut the mom some slack. I have thousands of movies from the silent era to about Y2K. Haven't seen many movies worth watching. Yeah, because most of what they put out now is all like agenda based woke DEI trash. It really is, or it's pushes some false narrative, and you're like, okay, I'm not buying this for a nickel. Disney adults should be on disability. I said what I said. But Lost and Happy, if you put them on disability, that means the taxpayers are supporting them. We should use their thing. Yeah, they should be putting some like quality therapy, maybe slapped around a little bit, zapped a few times, and like just like have some dominant alpha male in their face and be like, it's time for you to grow up. Like it's I'm cooking ribs, just got up for the dry rub. Yeah, that's what I'll be doing post live. I'll be doing the ribs, the dry rub, yeah, that's a couple racks of ribs, and I don't know what else. I'm kinda in the mood for some mac and cheese, and I don't know why. He-Man identifies as a Care Bear now. That could be true. Yeah, He-Man identifies as a Care Bear. What's the other one? What was that other one? My sister had a bunch of them. Strawberry shortcake or something. Everything smelled like fake strawberries, so you're just inhaling chemicals. Um, He Man back in the day was Dolph. Yeah, yeah, Dolph Lundgren. Yeah, he could pass. There's a lot of them. Newhouse Lock and Key. Good morning, my man. How you doing? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, happy Mother's Day to Marissa. Marissa Bot. How's Marissa Bot doing? He Man identifies as She Man. If He Man dies, he dies. Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna identify as an Apache because it's got missiles and guns. um, yeah, some of it might be better off getting killed off. No, I'll pay him to stay out of the public. I promise I'll pay my share. I'll do my part. Just keep them on disability. Yeah. Or like ship them. Like we need an island for the misfit adults. That's what we need. Not dysfunctional like you and I, but like, dysfunctional like you're 30 years old and you're crying over Mickey Mouse. Like grow up. Like that's a problem going on. Extended adolescence. I think they started the new 40 is 30, the new 50 is 35, whatever, you're younger than you used to be. Things have changed. But unfortunately, um, the new 30 is 12 has got to go. Like this whole extended adolescence, I'm 25 years old and I still can't cook my own mac and cheese without screwing it up. Yeah, we got to fix this extended adolescence. Like at what age should you be able to clean your room now? Gen Z will tell you, oh, it doesn't matter, 30, 35. It's called Paris Island. Yeah, no, man, I think some of these people are so dysfunctional, Cannon, they would break the DIs at Paris Island. Like, yeah, man, their campaign hats would just blow off their fucking heads. They'd be like, even Paris Island DIs cannot handle this level of stupidity. They would, yeah, man. You just see campaign hats flying everywhere as their head exploded, going, we can't deal with this level of stupid. I heard they're going to reboot the cartoon He-Man. It's going to be called Trans Man. He runs She-Man. Oh, that's priceless, guys. For everything else, there's MasterCard, right? Oh, goodness gracious. So there's one time at skydive camp, man. Even I wonder how bad skydiving's getting now, because like things have like hyper accelerated in the last 5 months. DFH, man, what's good morning, bro? Hey, yeah, we're still in the game, man. I think at this point I'm still in the game just to piss people off. I really do. No, I still enjoy what I'm doing. I have plans to move forward and everything, but in the past, couple months or something, I think that part of my joy is pissing off those that want to see me fail. And I'm just yeah, I'm a resilient little bastard. I don't think they know that. So yeah, man, but hey, yeah, all is going well. Things are going good. Can't complain too much because hey, who would want to listen, right? What are we talking? Newhouse, we're talking about shit, I don't know. We got a couple subjects going on, man. Nostalgic movies, Elizabeth Shue, He-Man. He better not touch Elizabeth Shue because I'll blast him. Yeah, movies that suck, movies that don't. The land of the tiny hat people sucks and should become like an airport or a parking lot or maybe just a landfill. It's already got enough trash there. Just keep throwing the trash there. There you go. That could become the land of the misfit adults. Well, we'll all send them to the land of the tiny hat people. I'm sure they'd love each other very much there. AI girlfriends talking new movies. Yeah. Yeah, we've already figured a problem with AI girlfriends. Is at some point, you're gonna be making out with your AI girlfriend and she's gonna have to like shut you down for a commercial break. And then she'll try to sell you like Xanax and tampons. Who knows? Um, Dare to offend as many people as you can. Yeah, Zoe, I think that's where I'm at sometimes. I really, if I hurt your feelings, well, that's a you problem, not a me problem. My feelings are just fine. How is everybody's feelings in here? Anybody want to talk about their feelings? We could take a minute out to talk about your feelings. All right, no takers. All right, that section's done. Let's move on to keychains. I'm still building my keychain, man. Still gotta do stuff. Got the little the Olight flashlight here with and the Exotac rod. Don't be getting catty with my AI girlfriend. So what? Okay, let's move on to cats now. Way to go, B&A. You brought up catty. Hey, cats, right? I'm pretty sure. Okay, like if you're in Florida, right, and there's an iguana, it's an invasive species. You can shoot it, right? Same thing if there's like a python or a boa constrictor or something that's an invasive species, you can shoot it. You can do all kinds. You could probably take out your little hatchet, chop its head off if you wanted to. So my question is cats are not native to this continent. They're an invasive species. Does anybody know the law on that? Can we get away with that, or what's the deal? Because if you can take out an iguana, you should be able to take out, the standard cat, like the household cat, the one that, like, man, if Egypt screwed up anything, if ancient Egypt screwed up anything, it was this like putting cats on a pedestal. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. They're not a very smart people. And because of the fact that they glorified the household feline, um, I'm completely convinced Egypt didn't build the pyramids. It was like an ancient alien technology that the Egyptians inherited. Because how can you do something so smart and then do something so stupid? Here, if you farm a feral cat, you can go to jail. Cats are domesticated. Okay, hon, it's a day of no picking on my cat day. Um, it wasn't just your cat, it was all cats, but your cat definitely falls into that category. Um, I miss hog blasting on a Friday night. Yeah, that's all. Yeah, you can go out blasting hogs, man. You can. But cats, where is it? They're considered a companion animal, which makes it a felony to purposely harm cats in most states. Newhouse, you picked the wrong team, brother. You picked the wrong team. Like you got to be on our team. Um, yeah. So Zoe the cat, where are you that if that law exists? Because I'm definitely not going there. Cats pretend. Yeah, cats pretend to be domesticated. They're assholes though. They really are. I think a lot of people could agree with me on that. If you want to kill some hogs or go fishing. I miss when that one guy would show up with thermal and night vision gear for a hog butt blasting. Yeah, have you seen where they go out hog hunting from like helicopters? Like, it's like they think they're in like it's 1968 in Da Nang or something, and they're doing flybys and helos, just boom, 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 boom. They got like those the big old like 90 or 120 round C mags on, and look, it's a lion. Oh my god. What's your Cannon? Is your corgi attacking you? Um, Newhouse, he keeps picking on my cat. You will never see a monster drink on his table again. No, that's the trade. That's the trade Mrs. Bushcraft and I have. She keeps me supplied with monster drinks, and I allow her cat oxygen. I think it's a fair trade. I am by far the superior being. I mean, just what I got on the table right now. Um, as we call it, Kirk County, but that's where my house is, unfortunately. Yeah. No, I'm totally against cruelty to animals. I really am, 110%. And Miss Bushcraft will vouch for you. I've never caused her cat any physical harm. In fact, other people in the house have done more harm to that cat than I ever have. They've been holding the cat and dropped it. They've closed the door on the cat. They've done all. I don't do anything physically to the cat. The psychological abuse, though, I am guilty of. Because I read on the internet that it does more damage than the physical abuse. Like psychological abuse can be just as bad as physical abuse. So I prefer the psychological abuse of the cat. Like I say things to the cat like, "I wish you were never born, and can't you do anything right? And what purpose do you serve? And why can't you be more like a dog?" That's what I do. But no, I really any animal, any critter for that matter. I just think that people shouldn't be cruel. Even I'm a huge advocate of hunting ethics. If you can't get a clean shot, don't take the shot. You're going to end up back in the doghouse. Yeah, but you know what? At least I'm in the doghouse with smart, intelligent, working dogs. If it were the cat house, that would be the end of me. But yeah, I at our age, I mean, any guys in here in their late 40s, 50s that are just like, oh, I'm getting thrown in the doghouse. That's cool. um, well, yeah, when you're in the 20, when you're in your 20s and stuff, maybe early 30s, the silent treatment is just a head wrecker. But once you hit your 50s, you realize that the silent treatment is a bit of a blessing. Oh, so you're not going to talk to me for a few days? I got some friends to call. Boondock, what's happening? B&A, how you doing? Yeah, I'm used to being in the doghouse. I'm okay with it. I've been in the doghouse at work. Yeah, I've gotten in plenty of trouble at work. Like, don't do that again, or we're pulling your ratings. Um, yeah, just like I can get grounded for doing stupid things, and I have, like in aviation, skydiving. Always solo though. I always do my genuinely stupid things. I always did solo. Um, I'm 28 and I can't the doghouse. I'm 32. It's a blessing some days. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then the older you get, the more you'll appreciate it. Um, yeah, I learned the value of the man cave many like decades ago. My grandfather had like a full workshop in his basement and everything, and that's kind of like. And my grandmother didn't like going down there, and I think that's why my grandfather enjoyed it so much. But it made for a very healthy relationship over the years. They both had their own little space. My Rottweilers kills rats, cats, and cones. If they're in the backyard, they'll get them. My pit bull catches more mice than my cat does. Cannon's corgi caught a mouse the other day. The violent little critter. Um, I'm pushing 45 this year. I know how I feel about it. Yeah, Boondock, you're in that middle age where you're trying to figure it out. It's like pros and cons. Like I enjoy the peace, but the companionship is good. But sometimes the peace is better. It depends, It depends on who you're dealing with. I come home from work, have dinner with the family, and then sit on the porch alone and smoke my pipe for an hour. Oh, BNA, you're gonna be 15 September. Man, I'm gonna be wow, holy old guy. I'm gonna be 52 this December. But I'm feeling like 82 some days. The rain, man, I'll tell you, if you've ever had if you've got broken stuff that's affected by the adverse weather, this weather just sucks, man. Um, I keep passing out on the couch these days. Yeah, Rob, and it's okay, man. Just roll with it. Um, that's why I don't drink anymore. Like I used to be able to drink with the best of them. Like the United States Army is the fittest alcoholics in the world. Then I move on to skydiving, where um, my drinking club had a skydiving problem. But then for some reason I hit the point where it was just like I would drink 2 beers and take a 3 hour nap. So now I just like I'd rather not do it. I'm just like I don't really need another 3 hour nap, so I'll skip the drinking. Oh, Gons is going to be 45 in December. Right on, man. Yeah, I retreat back to my bathroom to get away from my wife. It's okay, Cannon. Your secret is safe with us, man. We won't tell her. That's hey, man. You should be watching more of my shorts. Then they're very entertaining restroom activity. If I don't sleep good the night before, I take micro naps, standing up at work. I like to hang out with my wife. She's actually pretty cool. Yeah, Mrs. B is pretty cool too. I think we all enjoy hanging out with the wives, with the girlfriends, and all that stuff. But there just comes a time where we're not on the same page. That's where like everybody's got their own little private space to go. Not a cry closet. Don't confuse it with that. But um, I age like chocolate. I age like fine wine. Yeah, you do. I think, yeah, you got to have your own time to like just quiet, reflect, contemplate. I think that's like underrated in life. I want all day long. Weird bitches don't lie, guys. See, and that's the whole thing. That's how you get a relationship that works. And that's why, yeah, Mrs. Bushcraft, she understands it. Um, she'll tell you like women are bitches, and she ain't lying either. I figured out when she gives me those silent treatment, I can eat whatever I want without having to pay. Ooh, can I have a bite? And that's the whole thing. If you ever give like younger guys advice, be like, look, man, you gotta date a woman um who openly admits that women are bitches and knows how to put it in check once in a while. And yeah, everything will work out swimmingly after that. Gonzo, how's it hanging? I feel like I didn't say what's up earlier. Oh, Lost and Happy is going to be 46 in September. We're gonna, hey guys, get some more older guys in here over 50. I'm starting to feel like some old dude. Um, I do. I tell my son all the time, dude, women can be evil bitches, and you keep getting out with us. I'm gonna hit the pen a few times today. Oh, speaking of which, I gotta get some. I gotta get a cartridge. Good. Hey, way to go. Hey, honey, I need to get a cartridge. Thanks, Rob. We appreciate that, man. I just realized that myself. Like yeah, Gaza. Hey, yeah, everybody smoke him if you got him. I know most of you are guilty. Some of you be out there ripping the bong during these lives, which is good to know. Let me know if you're ripping the bong. It explains a lot of your answers. I can translate them better. I'm going to start calling you grandpa, even though you're probably closer to my dad's age. I don't think anybody under 70 qualifies as old. It depends on how you lived your years, though. It really does. I know some people that are, they've gotten older, but they had a very comfortable life. So they don't have a lot of the aches and pains and stuff. They kind of like, they went through life on cruise control. And then you've got idiots like me that are like, hey, man, flying a parachute isn't enough. Let's do a ground density test. Or, hey, let's play human lawn dart today. Or, well, it's cloudy. The cloud base is only at 3,000 feet. We can't go skydiving today, so let's go rock climbing and see how bad that hurts. Or, like, hey, look at that really steep hill. I bet I can ride my bike down it faster than you can. Yeah, so it depends on how you lived your life. Depends on how you feel at any given age. Robo Stevio's 48 and Mo Patty EDC. Hey Trish, how you doing? I always appreciate you coming in here, seeing your good friend John. But Trish, I stopped by your live yesterday. What was going on? I was just completely and utterly like, I thought you were doing yeah, you're doing like a field test of, what was it? StreamYard? Is that what you got? Like there was some stuff going on there. Yeah. Yeah, Trish, and happy Mother's Day from me and Mrs. Bushcraft and your best friend John. Um, yeah, I stopped in and I kind of like yeah, I left a like and stuff like that, and I was like, okay, I don't know. There's a lot of people there though, so good for that. I'm old and crabby and I don't care. Oh, what these conversations are your conversations, Trish? I missed most of them yesterday. I didn't stick around too long. I've been working on my YouTube stuff quite a bit. Like behind the scenes, kind of. It's so time consuming. Like that, like it's like, yay, I got a gimbal, but then it's like it has like 8 buttons, and each button does like 5 to 7 different things, and if you get the wrong sequence, it just doesn't come out right. I'm old and crabby, and I don't care. If it wasn't for doing YouTube and running a business, I would be perfectly content living like a mountain man. At Newhouse, I was right in the middle there. I lived off of my bicycle, um, man, and I just like to finance my off the grid life. That's kind of what skydiving became. Like I could go make a whole bunch of money skydiving, take a few weeks off, ride my bike, plenty of time to train in between. Yeah, yeah, man. If it wasn't like, yeah, it's just weird how things change. But unfortunately, I have stuff called property tax also, and I'm not right. Yeah, yeah. I realize the older I get, the better I was. Yeah, I think the older you get, I don't think we get better. I just think we like lose tolerance and then just detach from the BS. I think that's part of it. Like things that used to like tick you off in your 20s, like when you're in your 40s, you're just like, yeah, I just haven't got the time to be upset about that anymore. Um, whoops. Oh. Oh, hey, happy Mother's Day, everybody. So, see, this is like, okay, I don't even know how to, anyhow, yeah, Mrs. Bushcraft rocks. So, she got me one of these. This is, can I show this on YouTube, guys? Well, that's upside down. What is it? What the hell does that even say? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, property tax is proof that life sucks. And you never really own anything because even if you own your complete, this just happened to a 91-year-old woman down in Massachusetts. The massholes got her good. Yeah, she owned her house outright, owned the deed and everything, owed back taxes. They took her house away from her and auctioned it off for taxes. And now at 91 years old, this woman is like, what do you do? That's yeah, in the land of the free, you're not really free. So yeah, yeah, tell all the wonderful women, and they do. Women love the attention. They really do. That's sometimes I don't know. I'm not giving anybody any relationship advice. At 52 years old, I'm still trying to wing it. I'm still trying to figure it out. Some days I get it right, and other days, man, I hit that bitch switch. What can I do? Yeah, they'll take your house for the taxes, but you can build a tent city on a playground and live there forever. Well, you can't even do that anymore. Look at all the places that are passing laws against camping and oh, can that's this is this is my medicine, man. This is my for my hip. It's a 510 vape cartridge. It's just nicotine. Yeah, just nicotine. I don't know if I can show that on. Well, no, I've seen people ripping bongs on YouTube. What am I talking about? Yeah, and the reason why I do that is because I've been like seriously injured skydiving, and they had me on a concoction. Like they had me on a morphine drip for a while, and then they ran me through the cycle of Vicodin, Percocet, OxyContins, and all the pain relievers, which makes sense. If you compound fracture your femur, there's going to be a gross amount of pain involved. That was just the biggest injury. I had plenty of other injuries with that as well. But after months and months of being medicated, it's like, okay, I got to get ready to go back to work now. So I learned how to walk again. I did all that stuff, and I got sick as a dog, and I couldn't figure out why. I went to the doctor, and come to find out, I was having withdrawals from all the medications they had me on, and it was pretty severe. So yeah, knowing some people, I just rather than taking something that's highly addictive and could become an ongoing problem. Yeah, I just smoke a little from time to time, same as the rest of you. Not a pothead though, man. I hate potheads. Um, Never touched an opiate, and I'm proud of it. A lot of my friends didn't fare. Well, that's the thing, BNA, and I didn't. I wasn't even conscious when they started me on the stuff. Literally. Yeah, I know tons of and people that have gotten injured in different high end sports or extreme sports, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I know tons of people, and including myself, that get duped into it. But yeah, escaping that stuff and then finding some type of pain mediation is, I don't recommend drinking either. Drinking will put you in the grave pretty quick. If you're drinking for pain release, that's going to go downhill fast. I had a bad benzo habit for a while. Oh yeah, you can't smoke anymore, so you take. Oh yeah, what's it called? A Marinol, right? Marinol is what it's called. Show you how much I do it. That is exactly how so many get it, and it is. That's exactly how they get you addicted to it. And I'll tell you, man. And people have like, um, it's called drinking azima. Trevor, I think those are illegal now. Isn't that the ones people used to put the Jolly Ranchers in? Um, Benzos will kill a mushroom trip if it gets too crazy. Um, Bushcraft a calico or a tomcat. Um, yeah, I remember those, man. It was just like one step more manly than drinking Bartles and James or something, wasn't it? Or the Seagram's wine cooler. Any wine cooler drinkers in here? Cannon, I know you like kicking back a wine cooler. But yeah, man, I know a lot of people that got hooked on that stuff, and man, if you're not aware of it, it's even worse. Like it was scary. It was scary. Like what's like my body doesn't react that way to stuff, but under those circumstances, yeah, edibles don't work on me either. Won't metabolize. I stick to flour and glass. Yeah, I'll drink anything. Unfortunately, yeah. Not all of them are great, but yeah, those things used to float around the drop zone back in the day all the time. When like neon parachutes and matching neon jumpsuits were popular, there was people drinking like the Bartles and James, the Seagram's wine coolers, and the Zima with Jolly Ranchers in it. And then we moved on from that to Jaeger bombs. Um, Overworked and underpaid. Yeah, she's the cat. Yeah, her cat's completely a black cat. It's. But that cat, to be fair, like I hate on that cat because that cat's always been an asshole to me. I'm like, look, you leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. You have your space, I have my space, and we'll work things out. And but no, that cat's always been an asshole to me. Not a little bit, a lot of bit. Like he just, man, for no reason at all. I'll just walk past him, and he'll hiss at me like he's a badass or something. It's like, cat, I have a pew pew. Like, you really want to go down that road? Went from Zimas to Smirnoff Ice real quick. Oh, Trevor, I don't know if I'd be like spitting that one out publicly. Is that an improvement or a backstep? I don't know. He sees your wife as his wife. Right, exactly, Rob, and that's thanks for making me hate that cat even more. I do. I didn't know I could hate a cat as much as I did until this cat came into my life. And ever since then I've just been like, stay away from me, you evil little bastard. Yeah, he monopolizes Mrs. B's time all the time. Sometimes, like, yeah, we have to have a protective layer on the bed so that he can hang out with her. Um, and when like I'll go to bed and I'll be like, okay, cat, go, leave now, and he'll get mad and like hiss at me, and I'll be like, bring it on, punk, I got something for you. Um, I yeah. Well, Zoe the cat. In this case, this cat knows. Like I've said it. It's There's no guesswork involved. Like I've said it more times than I care to count. Like, cat, I hate you. I don't think I could be any more direct than that. Like, cat, you suck at everything. Get away from my woman, you nasty little feline. The cat sees you. The cat sees me as competition. I give that cat a survival rate of about 0.2 seconds. Um, yeah. This is my Phobos Knives Tier 1C. It's about 12 and a quarter inches of CPM 3V with a 0.25 inch spine. It's got some weight for it. Choppity chop 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 chop. I don't know why I took this out. Anyhow, back to the thing. Um, you want? I'll do a short on the cat. No, I won't. Mrs. Bushcraft will. Because if I do the video of the cat will be like, "Oh, he likes me," and I don't want to cause that kind of confusion in that cat's life. But yeah, I've never fed the cat. I've never given the cat water. Well, no, let me. I've never given the cat water to drink, but I might have blasted him a few times with the sprayer, like get off the kitchen counter or something like that. Well, he doesn't do that anymore, though. It worked. Yeah.
They want to see the cat.
Well, how the hell are you going to do that? No, not in here.
So look at.
Oh, you guys, who said show me the cat? Who did? I'm going to go back. Rob, you today, I like you, Rob, but today you suck. You absolutely, thanks for saying show me the cat. This is entirely Rob's fault. Anybody who wants to verbally bash Rob at this point, feel free. I'm completely okay with it. She's going to show you guys the cat.
I don't know how to do this.
I don't either. The cat, look at that fat bastard. Absolutely useless. Doesn't even fit in the screen. What a...
This is the first time he's ever been in the man cave.
I guess that's all you get for a quarter, guys. That ride's over. That was... Did you see how fat and useless that cat was? Oh, you can't be fat shaming. It's just a cat. Get over it already. I'm back. I had to go buy Monster. Right on. Hey, new house. You need the elixir of life there. Last time I said show me the cat, I got a restraining order. Yeah, that totally happens. New house. What is that a turtle doing? What was a turtle doing? Stay hydrated. Right on. Oh, that's yeah. So there's the cat. We'll do a short on it later today or something. I'm sure that can't be too far off of my channel's genre niche or whatever. It can't be too much of a punishment. Rob sent a clap and seal. That cat, like, it's my arch enemy now. I don't know, Batman had the Joker and, all that stuff. Yeah, that cat's literally, we just, it's one of those, we agreed to hate each other. And like I said, I've never done anything mean to the cat, though. I might have squirted it a few times with the sprayer when he's doing something stupid or whatever, but that's about it. I'm going to send you a notification sound later you will enjoy. Oh, definitely. Yeah, new house. Most definitely. Send clap and seal for $250. Yeah, we'll get you a more visual thing that doesn't that fat POS doesn't quite fit in the tabletop menu. Yeah, here, kitty. You two are gonna start loving the hate you have for each other. Oh, Rob, this has been going on for I don't know. That cat's been here for an eternity. It's like living in purgatory, living with that cat, but in real human years, it's been like 8 or 9 years or something of just shitty kitty misery. And I'm allergic to cats, so I'm constantly coming down with the shitty kitty cooties, is what I call it. I get like all my sinuses messed up and everything, and Rob, I think we already do love the hate we have for each other. Cats can live for 20 years, and Zoe the cat, thanks for that depressing news. Yeah, that's it. Like my grandmother used to say, if you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all. No, I'm in all seriousness though. The cat makes Mrs. B happy, so that's why I tolerate it. She's always been a cat person, I guess. We all have our faults, and I accept Mrs. B for her faults, even if it's loving a cat. And I say it works out good for her. Like, if I didn't hate the cat, if the cat wasn't aware of how much I hated that cat, there'd be no yin and yang. There'd be, like the cat would not appreciate how much she loves that cat. So you gotta show them both worlds, and Mrs. B shows the love and I show the what are you still doing on this planet, cat? Um, Both of my sister's cats lived past 20. One made it to 25, and the other guy was 22. Play piranhas can live that long. Um, yeah, that's a long time. Geez, I think the longest I had a dog live was a Sheltie, and that was around 20 years. They're only supposed to live like 10 to 12. We all know you secretly love that cat. My cat will live over 20 years just to piss Mr. B off. No, that's why I'm networking to get away from that cat. Cannon's got 40 acres he said I can camp on. Mainly Off Grid has got 600 acres I can camp on. Yeah, I'll just have to get I'll have to get some vacation time in to get away from the cat. Yeah, I don't Zoe, yeah, I don't secretly love the cat. I No, I don't. I think Mrs. Bushcraft will back me up on that one. Yeah, B&A. That's I got to get up there and do some camping and stuff eventually. 600 acres of shitty kitty free property. There's see, they're coming for the cat now. That was probably no, that was an ambulance. Probably see there. Yeah, there's proof. I hate the cat. I really do. I've never I've never given that cat a treat. Nothing. One of the highlights of my day is kicking the cat out of our room. Like when I go to bed at night, then the cat leaves, and I enjoy that part like thoroughly. And it like he's actually I've trained the idiot pretty well. He actually like when it's time for me to go to bed, I'll give him the get out signal, and he usually goes. But sometimes he's an asshole, and he'll hiss at me and give me an attitude. Then Mrs. B has to get up and take the cat out. One of the highlights of my day is kicking the cats out. I've never kicked a cat. I know. I don't want to end up in jail for animal cruelty or something. And not that I've never thought about it. I'd be lying if I never thought about it. But no, I don't believe in cruelty to animals. I really don't. Physically, I mean, psychological abuse is one thing that they have a hard time proving it in a court of law because it can't talk. It's not that smart. It's stupid. It has no opposing thumbs. But yeah, corgi butts drive me nuts. A Sheltie, and you make no. Hey, that was the family dog. That was my mother's thing, not mine. The only dogs I've owned is a German Shepherd. But yeah, I think a Sheltie is a lot smarter than a corgi. I don't know. Has a leather sheath right in front of him. Oh yeah, the leather sheath. Where'd that come from? Yeah, we had boxers growing up, like having a bodyguard at all times. Yeah. Oh, when I was younger, I had an Akita until the Akita passed on, and then I was like kind of like too busy for my own dog, so I didn't get another one for many years. Yeah, because I had like junior ROTC and rock climbing and cycling and all that stuff going on, Civil Air Patrol. So I really didn't have time when I was older to take care of a dog. So yeah, we ended up yeah, my mother got a couple of Shelties and stuff. I mean, they're kind of entertaining, but they're just not like, the dog. Yeah, Akitas are pretty cool. They're I like Huskies, but I don't think I have that kind of patience. Huskies are just emotionally needy. The other one, Mrs. Bushcraft, she actually watches the videos with me. I love the Belgian Malinois. That would be, man, I don't know if I've got that kind of energy left in me anymore. Like that's a full-time puppy there. My buddy has a Malamute. It's enormous. Yeah. I couldn't live without a cat or a dog. I could live without the cat. A dog, we're just not in the position to own a dog right now. And I blame that. Like, I think every outdoor channel on YouTube that's successful has a dog. So that's what's really holding me back on YouTube is I don't have a dog. That'll come hopefully within the next year or two or something, maybe. I'll probably I'll get another German Shepherd because, man, I love the German Shepherd breed. They're smart, but they're not over needy. Well, they kind of are. Like, if you don't spend quality time with them every day or something happens, your dog will throw a temper tantrum and knock the trash over and nose it around. But I had a golden Dalmatian mix as a kid, exceptionally smart, but stupidly energetic. Yeah. Outgrown my house. I had to have a couple of dogs. Yeah, the Malinois, they are the best, but man, that's a high need dog. That's like, man, that's like having three super needy girlfriends, you know? The needy ones that like, oh, you've been up for 3 minutes. Why didn't you text me or something like that? You guys remember that? Um, yeah, no, I'm all set. Thank you. I grew up with golden retrievers, good dogs. Yeah, golden retrievers are great dogs. Great family dogs as well. Drinking the coffee. What else have we got going on? Yeah, Cannon, did you ever did you email me? I think or text or something. I gotta get on the No, I don't want to update anything. I gotta update my device. Dated a girl who would show up at my house if I didn't text her. Oh, that's priceless, Rob. See, we didn't have that back in the day. I think that's another great thing to the 80s and 90s. We did. We had the pagers in the 90s. Those started coming out late 80s, 90s. But no, most people didn't have that technology. So, yeah, you could just, man, I can't count the number of times where my mother would answer the phone and I'd be standing there like, I'm not here. I'm not here. Um, I have a pit. I've basically been living with a super energetic me for 12 years. And that's the key to success there, Robo, is you gotta have like your canine personality has to match, like, they have to match up. I think that's where a lot of people fail with having dogs as pets is that they get the dog they want, not the dog that's compatible. Um, yeah, what could possibly go wrong, eh? Yeah, did I miss any other comments? My buddy has a Malamute. It's enormous. Yeah. Binder, maybe the cow was asked nicely to for its weather. Yeah. So, did anybody else see anything in the news lately that's kind of like catching their like? I think one of my biggest concerns that I've seen recently is there's going to be like a food shortage. Like that Strait of Hormuz being shut down. Not only did it block oil, which it only like we only get like 4% of our oil or something from there, but it blocked a ton of fertilizer. Man, there's like a massive fertilizer shortage going on, and there's tons of places that couldn't plant their crops or had to plant substantially less, as well as the increased costs. Scarcity. Of course, they got to jack the price up. But Daily Parton is sick. That would be it. The world is ending. Oh yeah, I've heard that. Yeah, Dolly Parton is sick. Yeah, that's I figured I just assumed that the world was ending when something actually took out Chuck Norris. Like that was impossible. That man was going to live forever, but something took out Chuck Norris. Now the rest of us are screwed. If it took out Chuck Norris, we're doomed. We had two Belgians in the platoons. Awesome and scary animals. Yes, I texted you. Tony Gilbert, welcome to the chat, my man. How you doing? Welcome back. Yeah, the world needs Dolly. I've never been a Dolly Parton fan. I don't know why. She seems like like fake. You know what I mean? Like everything about her seems like she's like Botoxed or skin grafted or some type of surgery, plastic surgery. I'm like, yeah, she just seems like too generically produced. Without Chuck, we'll never be able to stop the asteroid now. um, yeah, we're all doomed, man. When Chuck Norris went down, we're all doomed. Her body is fake, that's for sure. Yeah, but what percentage? It's got to be like 20, 30, 40%. Completely generic. But what could possibly go wrong, right? Um Oh, that's cool, Candy. Yeah, you had yeah, two of them in your platoon. Yeah, we didn't have no fancy K9s. Yeah, well, we'll give her that much. Yeah, she's never hit it. She's never lied about it. Um, yeah, because a lot of the Hollyweirds they lie. Anybody see the any recaps on that Met Gala thing? I don't fully understand it. It kind of reminds me of Hunger Games. You know, like they all went to the Capitol and they dressed like freaky freaks, and but yet they sit there and preach to us about like we got to be more conservative, this and that, and yeah, they're wearing like $100,000 outfits, paying $100,000 plates. Yeah, it does. It reminds me of Hunger Games though, like all the freaks from the Capitol. That's that Met Gala thing. It is the Hunger Games, dude. Yeah, costs a lot of money to look this cheap, Dolly Parton. Yeah, that's pretty. Yeah, it does. She wow. Yeah, I think it is the Hunger Games, man. That's what they're breaking it down to. We're just going to be broken down into like what we provide for resources to the Epstein class. There's drugs that let you eat whatever and not get fat or whatever. Yeah, that's what that Ozempic stuff is. But then it. Oh, have you guys seen any of the pictures before and after of Ozempic users? They don't look good afterwards. Like they look thin, but they look like Skeletor, with a little saran wrap over or something. New house is back, yeah, but then side effects are yeah. The side effects from that Ozempic and stuff that'll rock your world. Yeah, all kinds of side effects, like really bad stuff too. It's not like you gave you a little case of the farts or something. It like seriously messes you up. I have celiacs. I eat what I want. That shit needs to be taken off of the market. I don't know. I don't know, Trish. I agree with you, but then I kind of disagree with you. Like I agree, it should be taken off the market. It's not all that healthy for you. But at the same time, Darwin Awards. If if you're aware of the side effects and the consequences, and your dumbass still want to take it, we'll just chalk it up as natural cleansing of the gene pool. You'll be here consuming oxygen for less time than the rest of us, all because you had to do it anyhow. Like Chuck Norris didn't do push-ups; he pushed down the world. Oh, the Chuck Norris jokes are the bomb. They're endless. Um, but yeah, I just think that's If you're looking to become the superior, like I look at steroids the same way. Like everybody knows the consequences of steroids, all the side effects, all the negative things that can happen out of it. Yet people still choose to abuse them like aggressively. So like when maybe I don't know, I don't lack empathy. I put it in its right place. So yeah, if you're some idiot that took sauce for 10 years and you had your heart explode when you're 28 or 30 years old, well then that's on you, not me. I kind of developed this mentality from skydiving. If your dumbass jump out of an airplane and you bounce, well, there's no reason for you to really jump out of the airplane. That's on you. So maybe, I don't know that. I know it sounds a little twisted, but it's true. Like I never expected anybody to feel bad for me or show any pity because my dumbass broke my leg jumping out of a perfectly good airplane. Um, I have so many friends that have taken that because the doctor subscribe. Well, and that's the problem with our healthcare system, Trish, is the all the doctors, the more prescriptions they write, the more bonuses they get, the more kickbacks they get. So rather than prescribing stuff to people that absolutely need it under the circumstances, blah blah blah, they prescribe it to anybody and everybody because they make money off of it. And who cares about your health? I have mine. That's kind of what's been going on. Um, like, yeah, like, there's some crazy statistic like the United States represents only like 4% of the world population, but yet we consume like 50% of the pharmaceuticals. So like what's going on here, like and then they made like all these younger millennials and Gen Zers and stuff that like when did mental health issues become a flex? Like it's like, you'll hear them like right off the bat, like I have ADD, and they're like, well, I got ADD and ADHD. And then the third one will chime in like, well, I've got ADD, ADHD, and bipolar disorder. Like they're trying to trump each other with like mental health disorders and they're glorifying it. Now my big question is like, we know about the indoctrination stuff going on in the public school system, right? And those people come from colleges and universities. The teachers that are, doing this crap are from colleges and universities. At the same time, the therapists, the psychiatrists, the psychologists, they're coming from the same indoctrinated colleges and universities. So are these people really having these issues, or is it just being pushed upon them? Like I've seen videos on YouTube where they because it's become such a flex, like they do their research or like what are the traits of somebody who has ADD, and then they look it up and they start acting that way. They had that one girl, she was like Tourette's, like, and so she just started every once in a while saying something stupid, like she's got some twitch, and she claimed it's like, like we have stolen valor with our military. Everybody's a freaking Navy SEAL. I'm a Navy SEAL Special Forces submarine door gunner, but it's classified. Like they, like Gen Z, for some reason, they didn't want to go down the standard stolen valor route. And they're like, no, there's already too many Navy SEALs. So instead, they started like stolen valor with mental health issues. Like, oh, I have more mental health issues. And it's crazy. I was raised in the 80s, Pam. I win, yeah. Yeah, if you were raised in the 80s, at least our mental health disorders are legitimate, right? Oh, yeah, the fake autisms, right? Like the autism thing doesn't come out to nearly what it was because, like, the whole numbers are screwed up because the Leering centers, the same people that brought you Leering centers brought you fake autism rates. And there's like, thousands and thousands of people that are collecting money for the autisms, and they don't have it. They're just, they're collecting money and somebody's taking a cut of it. And no doubt, 10%'s making it to the big guy. The voices in my head tell me I have nothing wrong. Exactly, yeah, Zoe. The voices in my head tell me exactly what's wrong and not to worry about it. I saw a clip of someone saying they suffer from asymptomatic Tourette's. Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, but that's like, at what point did having a mental health issue become a flex? And the doctors and stuff, they don't mind because now that's another person towards their, if you write 1,000 subscriptions, we'll bump you up to 20% instead of 10% kickback. So yeah, they're eating it up too. And I think like I said, like just like the public school system is like an indoctrination system now, and the teachers are coming from, colleges and universities. The same is true with these, with these psychological mental health issues. Yeah, the people that are verifying and certifying that they're not right in the head are the same, coming from the same indoctrinated colleges and universities. Lots left. The family court just ordered me to get a psych eval for my ADD ADHD as part of my parenting plan. And your voices are indeed correct, Zoe. Well, we'll have to have a special live sometime, like we'll just title it, what are the voices in your head telling you? As I told my shrink, I don't have a people problem, I have an asshole. Exactly, yeah, man, and there's so many of them now. Like, people become so, like, unfriendly. Like, walking down the street, used to be like, hey, how you doing? And people be like, hi, how are you? Have a great day. Now you say hello to people and they act like you're about to rob them or something. I don't understand it. And they charge you for the privilege. Oh yeah, of course they charge you for the privilege. Yeah, like man, there's so much stupid going on. But we can blame it all on the tiny hat people. Why not, right? It's not just now. I was indoctrinated a little in public schools back in the 90s. I'm an 89 baby. So if you were born in 89, oh, it's been going on for like longer than most of us in this live chat have been living. It's been going on since, the end of World War II. Some, depends on how you want to connect the dots. Some of it'll go like pre-World War II, pre-World War One, 1913, Jekyll Island, or, yeah, it all goes back. And that's the whole thing. I think the United States is such a young country. We don't look at things long term. Where countries that have been around for 1,000 years, they look at things multi-generationally. Like, what can we do in the next 2 or 3 generations? Or I think the United States is kind of like, what am I doing in my lifetime? Yeah, at the end of the day, the issue boils down to juice. Yeah. They also, yeah, holding the door open and like you're kind of obligated. Or what's worse is, the feminists will be like, I can hold my door myself, and then they're like, where have all the good men gone? I got a skin that goes over my credit card. It says white privileges pisses people off. No, Cannon, that's price. Yeah, there's yeah, what is that? Yeah, when you treat people with differential preference or something, eventually equality looks like messed up, Oh yeah, that's what I was saying, Rob. Yeah, it started before World War II. You could date it back to like Jekyll Island or 1913 or yeah. There's all kinds of stuff that you can relate things back to. I'm genuinely convinced we're in World War III right now, and the history books in the decades to come will tell you that. Just like World War II started, and they didn't know it. They didn't really put a date on it until like later on. But there's multiple theories or reasons why World War II started. Depends on who you want to listen to. Yeah, same old team since 1916. Cannon, I take it, bro. Yeah, Cannon, I could see you doing stuff like that just to mess with people. I try to do the same stuff within reason. Yeah, I hate when women do I have a boyfriend, like, okay, your taillight is out. Well, I like to do the reverse psychology thing. Like now, if a woman comes up to me, I'm like, I have a girlfriend. Leave me alone. And I've never understood that. Like men that date 2, 3, 4 women at a time. Like shit, dude, you're a better man than me. I have a hard enough time dealing with one at a time. I couldn't imagine dealing with 2 or 3 or 4. Just doesn't make sense to me. Holy shit, my daughter is up and ready. People are all just in a bad mood always now. Yeah. Yeah, Mrs. B has the privilege of dealing with the with many people on a daily basis. So, yeah, she gets to see it firsthand. She also gets to see the degeneracy of the younger generation. They call in late for work 3 days in a row. They no call, no show, and then they wonder why they don't get pay raises or it's just goofy. I yell, I have a Blockbuster card, back away. Rob, had that happen like my wife's in the car. I don't have the energy for more than one Marissa. Yeah, but at least you can shut Marissa Bot down. Just put her on their charger for a couple days. And no, Marissa's a fun person. She's awesome. Bushcraft, I deal with them every day. I was a regional manager at Blockbuster. Dude, I miss Blockbuster. Was the thing to do, man. Like, Blockbuster was like part of the event. Like, you could go to Blockbuster and spend like an hour looking for a movie. And then, have you ever been at Blockbuster walking around with a movie and then people stop you and like, are you going to rent that? That's priceless. In fact, yeah, when there was a Blockbuster that was finally closing down. This was years ago out on Long Island. And they were like, all the movies were like $2 and they came in a Blockbuster case. And we went in there, me and one of my buddies, my one of the pilots, John, and yeah, we each bought like 100 movies each. We were like hooked up. We didn't even watch all the movies by the end of the season. We just left them there. B&A, there's no proof you were or weren't. Oh, Trevor Thomas, what's happening? It's funny how all the high-end school grads going out now immediately expect 100K plus jobs at the gate. The delusion and entitlement is in. Well, yeah, Boondock, it is, but it isn't. I mean, if you adjusted things for inflation, since Reagan pulled his little poo-poo soup thing there, I think it's like the average pay right now should be like $66 an hour, for everybody to keep up with inflation. Can always put that on your resume and no one can prove you wrong. Just to let everybody know why it's funny is because I'm not white. Yeah, Cannon, that's some useful information. Cannon's the official, what are we calling him? The Filipino bebop cowboy or something? I don't understand that whole story. But Cannon, I just assume you're a darker green Marine. Yeah, Rob hit the nail on the head with that one. Yeah, Cannon's just a darker green Marine. My white privilege is getting up and putting my work boots on every day. Yeah. Yeah, that's some reverse psychology there though. I really yeah. Yeah, the whole white privilege thing, like at what point did I have any privilege? Like everybody I know too, that like we've all had to work for everything. Not really, I'm more of this Asian persuasion. Cannon, you're going to get me canceled, man. They're going to be like, there's too much racism's going on in that channel. Cancel. Cannon isn't white. Oh no, my whole world has been flipped. And then hand over 30%. Yeah, the only, like I've had the privilege of talking to Cannon on the phone. And yeah, the only accent he's got is like the Jarhead accent, and that's it. Like there's no other accent there. There's no southern draw. There's no like Asian twist. There's nothing but Jarhead. Bushcraft, like everybody hates everybody nowadays. They hate us, man. They do. They want us wiped off the planet. It's priceless. And then hand over 30% of everything. Yeah. Oh, what? It's worse than that. Isn't New York up to like 10 point something percent income tax? Or is that just New York City? Oh, man. Yeah. Like New York is a land of taxes for sure. Was born in the Philippines and then came to the U.S. Yeah. Yeah, Cannon shared that with us before. Yeah, Cannon was born in the Philippines, immigrated into the United States, became a U.S. citizen, served in the United States Marine Corps, pays his taxes, loves his family, loves his country, loves his life. And yeah, awesome story. New York City, not here. Sales tax is 8% here. Yeah. Yeah, Cannon's definitely 110% American. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, Cannon, but I might not get it like verbatim word for word, but yeah, he was saying like he asked his parents about learning to speak Filipino, and they're like, "Hell no, you're American, speak English." Cannon is a badass motherfucker, yeah. Oh yeah, Cannon is a badass dude, man. He's a 110% Marine. If you absolutely positively 110% need it destroyed overnight, give Cannon a call. He'll break it. New house, no, it does not. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll back that up 110%. Yeah, more American than some Americans nowadays. Like, oh yeah, the craziness going on with that stuff. Like, oh, we hate America, we burn the flag. It's like it's a free country, you're free to leave. And then, every white American is a racist, the worst racist in the world and everything. Then why is everybody trying to come to this country if we're so bad? Like they're breaking in here by the millions. So I don't think they're really trying to come here to, immigrate and assimilate. I think they're trying to come in here and conquer. And it's just disgusting. A lot of people at work call me mother, but nobody has sent me gifts. Oh, Zoe, that's a bummer. Um, Pine, that doesn't account for sales tax or property tax or yeah, that's the whole thing. Yeah, income tax doesn't count for all the other taxes. And then if you want to do a little upgrade, you want to build something, that's another tax for a permit. And then heaven forbid you get the weekend off and you want to go fishing because you gotta pay taxes for that fishing license to go catch a fish. Um, Y'all see the BSAI law going into place for 2027 vehicles to monitor your behavior on the road? Yeah, Trevor, I've seen that. Yeah, AI is gonna read your thing or yeah, and now they have like remote shutdowns and everything's becoming a subscription. Yeah, that's what it is. It's the divide and conquer game. And I try to talk about it once in a while on here. Because it's easy to fall for. Like you want to kind of like pick the things that morally and ethically fall within your standards. But yeah, the whole left versus right is just the Epstein class keeping everybody else in check, and we're too busy fighting with each other to realize this stupid crap that they're pulling on us. All the oh, who the hell? In fact, hey, oh bummer, the deporter in chief there. Apparently, his relationship is coming to an end with Big Mike. Big Mike and Obama are no longer going to be a thing, and guess who they blame for it? Yeah, they blame Trump. Yeah, your failed relationship is because of Trump. I don't think that's the case at all. I'm gonna laugh my ass off when no one buys new cars and they have to remove the law. Yeah. Well, it's already people are already buying less and less new cars. They've doubled in the last 5 years. Like, yeah, what used to cost you like 30, 35 grand is now 60, 70,000. I mean, 100 grand plus for a truck that used to be the cost of an entire house, with an acre or two of land. Yeah, that's why they're putting more ethanol in the gas. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's why they're putting more ethanol in the gas because it's going to take out a certain number of cars. That was that whole cash for clunkers. The government basically paid you to destroy good stuff. And they had to make sure their vehicles were destroyed. The engine was seized. They had to put like some sugar mixture or something in the engine. That video to Trump, the guy praying to Trump in it. Yeah, I haven't seen that one, Rob. Yeah, I'm gonna. That's the mark of the devil, the guardians, and the lack of revelations. Yeah, yeah. News house. So yeah, Mrs. Bushcraft hasn't seen the 15% ethanol around here yet. But like I said, they probably got to run out. Maybe they got to run out of the old inventory before they mix it. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's yeah, gas prices are insane. Yeah, I've always wanted an older vehicle. This move they're putting on is just driving me further. But yeah, getting the older vehicle is getting more and more difficult. I guess there's even issues with parts now. Like a lot of places, there's issues with different parts stores, vehicle parts stores. Um, Biodiesel is sounding better and better nowadays. Miss Bushcraft, get it a month or two. They just made it legal for them to do so. Yeah, and it was only supposed to be for 2 weeks for that 15% ethanol. Yeah, 2 weeks to flatten the curve. We've heard that crap before, right? I have a feeling it's going to turn into a lot more than that. Um, yeah, I definitely think it's gonna change from that. Um, yeah, well, that's all that they don't want us doing any biodiesel or anything like that because then the petrodollar loses its value. Like anybody else? Yeah, all the scientists coming up missing. What are they up to now? 12, 13 scientists that all related to certain things. Yeah, after E15 hits the pumps, they're gonna make E10 more expensive than premium. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, forcing us to pay more for gas that won't destroy older engines. Yeah. Plus, you've got fuckers watering down. Yeah, there's like greed is definitely taking over. I think a lot of things are greedflation. Like you see it even in the grocery stores, like Walmart's, putting like, oh, you bought 4 pounds of chicken, but when you put the chicken on the scale, it only weighs 2.5 pounds. There's a lot of that stuff. Yeah, Walmart's been doing it. There's reports that Kroger's is ripping people off. Yeah, it's like inflation is one thing, then you go to shrinkflation, but the worst of the inflations, in my opinion, is the greedflation. Like, yeah, you've got, and a lot of people are doing it. There's U.S. makers that are like, they're claiming tariffs. It's like, no, the tariffs affects the imports and exports, not stuff made in country. That's the tariffs are supposed to promote the sale of stuff. But every time I turn around, a lot of these makers are just jacking their prices up. Um, yeah, government can't get me yet. Oh yeah, yeah, the fake UFOs. Um, Yeah, like they just I don't know. I maybe like the younger people might be definitely on the dumber side. Although it's not might be, they're proving it like the lowest literacy rate in over a century. Um but yeah, that's what happens when there's a tiny hat in every corporate office. Yeah, but the whole thing is that the money they make off of ripping you off is more than so what if they get a $10,000 fine? They more than made their money back. They don't care. That's a problem with letting these huge companies run away with everything. Like, yeah, like the world doesn't need any more billionaires. We never did in the first place. I don't think they're doing anything productive. Although we gotta thank Elon Musk because if it wasn't for his technologies, what was it, Elon Musk? Yeah, he built a little rocket ship that sent Katy Perry and her idiot friends up to space for like 5 seconds. Like they kissed the edge of space and came back down. I think that a lot of that was staged. I have a Mad magazine from the 50s, and they have pages dedicated to warning jokingly about shrinkflation, bigger packaging, but smaller portions. Only in America are corporations people, yeah. It was Elon that did that. That was. Oh, yeah, Jeff Bezos did that one. I don't know. They're all the same to me. Oh yeah, yeah, the water car thing, that was a thing. But yeah, that scientist ended up missing. But what can you do? I think the big question is what would Ricky Bobby do? But yeah, that's that whole thing. A lot of it started with the that trickle down thing with Reagan. Like they dropped a lot of the taxes for the companies, the corporations, in expectations that they would pay employees more, but they didn't. They just kept like 100% of the profits. You have trouble when the government comes and says we're here to help you. Yeah, that's when you got to run. I don't know. We'll see what happens next though. Things are getting like crazy out of control. The other one who built a hydro-powered vehicle was murdered in a mass unaliving in Buffalo, New York. He was working as a security guard for a grocery chain. Crazy. Yeah, yeah, it is, man. And they're not the first persons. Like, there's tons of people that have created things, and then they disappear along with all their work. Looking for like an old 350 dually battle wagon out. Cannon, why don't you just get yourself an old deuce and a half? I can see you driving a deuce and a half. Or a 5 ton. I can see you doing a 5 ton as well. Oh yeah, drinking the coffee. So yeah, so everybody got their Mother's Day plans down, lunches, dinners, all that good stuff. The plastiline guy has been followed by helicopters and blacked out SUVs. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I think the forefathers of this country would be grossly ashamed of what's become of everything. Like, yeah, the limited taxes, all that now. I think on average, Americans are paying over 50% in taxes and can't afford to do anything anymore. And I don't mean like, going to the Super Bowl or some like big old sports game. I mean like healthcare, like just standard cost of living is getting to be like unobtainable. Lots will have a half track rolling through the upper forest and mountains of New York. That would be awesome. Only problem with those is you can't drive them in all places. Like you could drive a deuce and a half just about everywhere, anywhere, couldn't you? And who is it? The mayor of California recently in some captured voice call or something admitted that, like the Palestine fires were on purpose. It was set by people that want to take the land. So yeah, the government's 110% against us, and the fact that we're letting foreigners take all these political seats, whether they're mayors or governors or Congress, why is Ilhan Omar still in this country? you know, I'm sure the mayor of Dearborn, Michigan, is still there as well. Yeah, I wouldn't call that going to space. Yeah, healthcare. What's that? Exactly, man. I could never afford healthcare. Even yeah, Obama put in his Obamacare, and it was like getting fined every year. Like, yeah, if you think it's hard getting health insurance, like call up and be like, yeah, I jump out of airplanes for a living. How much is the health insurance? You almost get laughed out of the office, and you're like, no, really, how much for a quote? In fact, even that what's a little duck there? A flack or something, the little duck quack quack, a flack. You can't even qualify for that. Like, yeah, you can't even get a little rainy day fund going in case you get injured. Like, you better have the money in your pocket, or you're just doomed. Yeah, some states have banned them on the roads. Can't get them plated. Get something like a Geometra. It'll go down four wheeler pass, and you and one. Dude, I say if you're really looking for the bug out vehicle, get yourself a bicycle. Throw some racks and panniers on there. You can carry like easily 2 to 3 times more than you can in a backpack, and for the amount of energy you put into it to the distance you can cover. Man, I think there was one guy listening to me, and he did the video. It was almost like me talking verbatim. Um, like, yeah, you can with very little training, you can get to the point you can cover 100 miles in a day. Um, with regular use, you can almost double that. You can do 150 to 200 miles in a serious day. Yeah, the reservoir got emptied again just in time for fire season. They say it was because the canopy that protects the water to keep it drinkable was damaged. Yeah, health insurance through my work is $300 plus for me and 2 kids per pay. So is that new house? Is that weekly? Yeah, and like insurance has got to be one of the biggest scams going. Like, yeah, you pay a whole bunch of money just in case, and you pay it for years and years and years. And if nothing happens, just in case never happened, yeah, you never get that money back. And if something does happen, then they want to refuse payment because, oh, there's a little safety clause in here, or this or that. I found one of the problems is they wanted $65,000 for it. Oh, yeah, so 600 a month. That's still expensive. Oh, Cannon, what did they want $65,000 for? For for a deuce and a half, or for what? Oh yeah, yeah, Ryan. The bike thing is like I'm gonna man. I gotta do more videos, man. We need some weather that doesn't suck here in New Hampshire. Yeah, I was doing like 10 to 14,000 miles a year on a bicycle. Um, yeah, and they're taking 25% of it for health insurance, just about, yeah. And then yeah, it's just all we're getting scammed. They're scamming us out of everything they can. Yeah, so that's the thing, new house. Yeah, so $600 a month roughly, $7,200 a year, and they probably won't cover half of what you would go to the hospital for. That's the part that sucks is when it comes time for the coverage, they're like, "Oh no, we don't cover that," you know? "Oh no, you were riding a bicycle downhill. We're not going to cover that," or you know, yeah, they do that with the homeowners insurance. Like they'll yeah, you'll pay a fortune for your homeowners insurance, and then oh, it doesn't cover flood, it doesn't cover hailstorms, it doesn't cover it doesn't cover anything, then why the hell am I paying it? Oh, but yet you have to pay it because otherwise you won't get your mortgage. And the same thing with the automobile thing. Like a lot of states require vehicle insurance. Big Chef Guy, welcome to the chat. Oh yeah. Don't forget the $5,000 deductible. So yeah, if it isn't expensive, you're just paying for it yourself. They never cover anything, but they've made it in a way that you have to have it, and if you don't have it, then you're screwed. You know, whether it's automobile insurance or health insurance or whatever. Yeah, don't get your health insurance, and you got to pay what is it, $800 or $1,200 a year, depending on what you make. Um, but yeah. In my case, even when I was making good money skydiving, I just couldn't afford the health insurance. So yeah, I was paying a fine every year, you know, because I couldn't afford something. Yeah, we did, and a lot of folks around here driving around with no car insurance. It's bad for accidents over here. Well, and it's you can blame the system for that. Like, yeah, I paid automobile insurance for 16 years. Never made a single claim. They made 100% profit off of me the entire time I drove an automobile. So yeah, they make plenty of money to cover it, you know. Yeah, Virginia and a lot of folks around here driving around with, yeah, half my paycheck goes to health insurance, the family plan. Yeah, yeah, let them pay $500 to not have insurance, or just make insurance more affordable. Um, but the problem is like a great example is like in New Hampshire, you're not required to have automobile insurance to drive your automobile. But if you do get into an accident and you're financially responsible, you can pay for the accident. You can continue to drive without life car insurance. Wow, there's so many insurances, right? But if you can't afford to pay off your whatever the accident was, whatever the damages were, then the court will require you to have driver's insurance. But it's reasonably affordable because it's optional. Like when I went to go get my car, I went to go get a car registered like 30 years ago, right? And in the state of New Hampshire, it was $74 for automobile insurance for me. If you went to the state of Massachusetts where it's required, that same insurance was up over $500. So when you require it and people you know like you have to pay it, they charge you like way more than if it's optional. So having the option out there, if you're financially responsible, then you shouldn't be required to pay for insurance. That's what insurance is for. Um, I like the rule you must call them with all licensed drivers, regardless of if they drive your car or not. Yeah. Yeah, they oh, land of the free, right? Oh my goodness. I say like $70 a month for liability. Yeah. Because you have people like me that'll drive for 16 years and never make a claim. Never got into an accident, you know, like I had a perfect driving record. So they make, and there's going to be people getting in accidents, but you know, law of averages. The problem is they just got greedy with it. Once things become mandatory, they can charge whatever they want. Like if you have to have insurance in your state, like New York requires it, a lot of states require it, but you'll find that the insurance is way more expensive in a state that requires it versus a state that doesn't. I pay like $70 a month for, yeah. Um, yeah, alrighty, guys. Yeah, we're kind of over the 2 hour mark, so I'm going to wrap this one up. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us. Awesome conversation. I enjoyed everybody being here. I definitely appreciate all of you. We're gonna up the content here. We'll try to get a video of that cat out later. Maybe I gotta get a tech guy who can superimpose like some crosshairs over it. That would be absolutely perfect. But we'll get something on that cat out there so you guys can see that cat. Print it out, turn it into a target, whatever floats your boat. Um, yeah, exactly. Yeah, Trish, and you've been paying that for how many years? It's repulsive. The way they scam everybody. They make it mandatory so they can charge you more. But yeah, guys, we're gonna be cranking out some content this week. I'm gonna get some more lives going, early morning lives. Those are pretty fun. We'll definitely do one on Wednesday. But yeah, we're gonna start adding to the schedule again, trying to increase our output. And yeah. Oh, Boondock, what time? Yeah, I'll give you a call around. I gotta start those ribs. When those ribs are in the oven, I'll give you a call. But yeah, hey Trish, be cool out there, have fun, have an awesome time. Same thing, B&A, New House, Boondock, Tony Gilbert, everybody. Yeah, have an awesome Mother's Day. Hopefully everything goes well for everybody. And we'll see you soon, guys. Stay aware out there, stay alert, stay alive. Keep your head on a swivel. Situational awareness is everything. And by all means, stay frosty. We'll see you on the next one, guys and gals.